The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. Listen up, folks, we've got 30 to 50 million and Xrp on-demand liquidity payments on the brain in this episode. Keep listening till the end of this interview. Let's speak about Ethereum. For some strange reason, they're suing the SEC over Ethereum that may be considered a security, and now we're seeing ETFs getting listed, or at least pre-approved. This whole thing is confusing. Without further ado, let's dive into this thing, because we have a lot to cover. Bitcoin valued at $63,613 right now, it's at 9%. While XRP is at 51 cents a pop, USDC bulk is pouring in at its dollar pegs, and I'm entering at 32.87, which is a 5.07% USDT in the previous day. It is an 8% point. Total value of all cryptocurrencies $2,385 billion. What is the next step? It's not an easy question. Ethereum has begun to make its presence known. We have also observed juveniles that are a few weeks old beginning to exhibit movement. We live in fascinating times, don't you think? Bitcoins have fallen into a liquidity grab zone. The question is, will it remain here to draw in funds, or will it stage its next strong ascent? I tell everyone not to try to time the markets, yet I've been doing just that. We should have bought Dow 5 yesterday. After telling you about it, I regret not doing so. At $1.12, it's still a fantastic price. Today I intend to jump in and get additional arbitrage opportunities. Chainlink, polka dots, and a plethora of other patterns are going to be staples in my wardrobe going forward. Time is of the essence, and there are a lot of cryptos available that must be bought. There will be a meteoric rise in these markets. They are on the verge of exploding. We are on the verge of experiencing one of those days where we will lose 15 to 20% and deeply regret not taking advantage of these incredible prospects. If everything stays green for the next 3 months, we will be in a perfect world. When this year comes to a close, 678 months from now, we will appear quite different. You really didn't expect to hear that you would state that these marketplaces will experience price levels. It's safe to say that many XRP holders are worried the coin will never reach a new valuation peak. Many people's worst nightmare is that XRP will never reach its next all-time high. Yet again. Stopping that fear is something I would like to do. During this cycle, we will witness a hitherto unseen peak. In the United States, the all-time high was somewhere about $2.80. The question now is, how high can we go beyond that? It might have been 286. It is up to you to find out. Is it going to be broken? Yeah. In what ways above? Whether or not we are able to break $1.13 by the end of the year is entirely dependent on how high XRP closes. The likelihood of seeing it 4 to 7 times RP increases as we approach the $2 area. Keep this chart in mind. I've already shown you this graph. It was made public. It's your buying zone here. This chart was done by Keith. Keith and I have been discussing a lot of stuff, and I've been assisting him. The buy zone was discussed earlier. Permit me to emphasize it. My fiancé is documenting this area as a potential purchase, so you may hear a vacuum cleaner in the distance. You have one more chance at this. From the highest point, it drops to as low as 48 cents. When we break through the 75-cent range, it will become the new base for XRP, so you know it goes to roughly that price. Indeed, it is our goal. Breaking 75 is the first major milestone on the road ahead. Transform it become our newest wingman. After that, we can go on to discussing that area of $32.70. Fun, then, release this. Franklin Kenton's Ethereum Spot ETF for Ether was listed by DTCC with a yes, full crate and redemption. There's no way. Legal action is taken against Xrpl even on markets outside the US where securities regulations have no bearing. XRP is delisted. After that, what exactly is this? In the end, E3. Ethereum decides to sue the SEC rather than get the clarification they desire, regardless of how Joe Lubin and the other schmucks react. In 2020, Vitalik plans to recommend applauding the SEC for the abundance of crypto-related guidance in a new report. No, Mr. Gary Gensler, it is absolutely astounding that individuals are arguing that granting them an ETF is illogical. There will be a 100-fold increase in website relationships thanks to these metaphors. Here we are in TCG world, guys. Take a look at the images. Let's go on a 3D avatar and explore the TCG universe. You are aware of the person who will be joining the TCG world to teach Lux Lions. I warned you, Lux is a formidable force, and you must be a part of it. This was released by Bill Morgan. Considering you believed the Xrp ledger was centralized, it must be difficult. This theorem was also distributed. The consensus has been duly noted, and Xrp has been determined to be a security. Laura Shin was this. According to her, in 2018, they procured an episode that you simply must listen to. Discussion on Ripple, including its centralization and the reasons why banks are hesitant to use it. Someone else proposed the idea. She was attention, maxi people. The tide has really turned, you know. To a significant degree. The Cryptomeria team released it. We have already discussed this. But first, we'll simplify it for the lab. Its meaning will remain a mystery to many readers. Well, I'll spill the beans. We will clarify this matter. Master Xrp commitment to sell agreement. For business owners, pursuing funds is a living nightmare. We found out in January that Hello Change was late with its payments to Ripple and set a payment plan for 2024. $10,000 in February. Just 5 days ago, a modification was made regarding Mark's $200K APR of $150. Blah, blah, blah. Now, what exactly is this showing us? In essence, Tranglo is unable to pay both the bill and Ripple. What am I anticipating as a result of this? 2. Me, it seems like a baby step. While I do not often predict that Ripple would assume full control of the travel industry, I do believe that it will serve as their hub's gateway. For all of their international money transfers, it will function similarly to MoneyGram, but on the eastern side. And the deal, the huge sale agreement, is this. Fintel, this no bank was discussed by us not long ago. Xrp released this. And we did review it. Plus, here's something else, this clip. This holds great significance. Our chief executive officer here. Additionally, he forecasted a $30 to $50 trillion spike in Xrp trading volume. The CEO of Xrpl, who recently struck a tokenization contract with BlackRock, is the same one. Had era in its entirety. The video ends there. As always, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment with your opinions. Muchas gracias, depart.